Welcome to the free wholesaling training. Here we go. Get on the fast track to real estate investing success. All right, let's talk about the top wholesaling tools that you will need to get started in the industry. Now, if you just type in topwholesaletools.com, it will take you to a website that we put together, giving you all the resources in one place so that you can quickly find and navigate these tools. But they're also listed inside of this course module. If you look inside of your training area, we have all the tools listed, so you can click on the links, and we actually got a couple free trials so you can actually test drive these before getting started. So the number one tool that we want to touch on is going to be PropStream. Why? Because PropStream gives us the ability to pull the data for motivated sellers. We'll just say motivated seller data. It also pulls cash buyers. It also shows you property comps and gives you an opportunity to canvas neighborhoods, data analytics, so much in between. But for the purpose of this training, we're going to go ahead and log into PropStream. Now let's just say that we are looking for sellers in the Atlanta area. So I'm typing in Atlanta on my screen. Atlanta, Georgia pops up. You can see in the city of Atlanta, we got 3 million some plus, right? Tons and tons of property owners. So obviously we don't want to pull a list that broad. We want to target the distress. Well, what did we look at in the distress in the previous training? We're looking at people behind on payments. We're looking at people going through different situations, divorce, inherited property. Property could be vacant. Whatever the case is, we're identifying some means of distress. Now, if I click on the filter link here, I can actually break down different property characteristics so I can go after only the type of properties that I want to target. There's actually a link inside of this training that you can access a 7-day free trial of PropStream. So the first thing I want to do, let's say that we're going after a tired landlord, right? So number one step when I'm pulling a list in PropStream is we need to identify what is our seller avatar. Seller avatar, that's our ideal seller and the type of motivation and list that we're going after. So let's say that we want to go after vacant properties for this training. So I'm going to go over the PropStream. I'm going to hit vacant. This is pulling up all the vacant properties. From there, we can break down the characteristics the way we want. For this training, we're going to do residential and we're going to do single family houses. Now, as we get more into advanced areas and some of the training that we have inside of this investor syndicate ecosystem, we show you how to target multifamily deals, land acquisitions, and a lot more opportunities. But to keep it basic, we're only looking for single family properties in this training. After that, you can break down your bedrooms. Let's say we only want to hit a minimum of 3 bedrooms and 2 bathhouses and up. This is your more ideal type of property. Now, of course, we can go after a 2-bed house, but at the end of the day, it's going to be a little bit less desirable than going after your 3-bed, 2-bath and up, because it's a better all-around property. After that, minimum square footage, we can keep it open or we can plug in, let's just say we only want 1,000 square feet and greater. Year built, if you want to be picky with this, you can type in the year built. We actually have some training inside of the more elite modules showing you the mindset behind where you go with that. But for now, we'll just leave it open. From there, I'm going to go to MLS status. I'm going to put, I do not want it on the market, right? So on market, no. We don't want to go after properties that are already listed with an agent, at least not for this training. Pre-foreclosure and bank owned. If we do want to go after pre-foreclosures, we have a lot of different opportunities here. But for this training, anything that's vacant, we want to take a look. Ownership info. This is where it can get interesting. We do want to select individual owners because 1, they're the easiest to contact, and 2, they're usually the most motivated. Years of ownership, I'm gonna put at least a year because there's a good chance if a house is vacant, it could be owned by a landlord, right? Or it could be owned by a fix and flipper. Somebody could have just bought the property to turn it and flip it very quickly. So we want somebody that's at least owned the property for 1 year. From there, if you want to go after somebody that has multiple properties, well, guess what? You can plug in multiple properties. Someone that owns multiple properties likely doesn't have a whole lot of vacant properties, so that's not the best thing to plug in on a vacant list. Valuation and equity. This part is going to be important. Why? Because we can't go after houses that have a loan on it for the full value of the house. We only want to go after people that have enough equity where we can structure and put together a deal. So for this training, we're going to put 40% minimum. This tells us that the loan to property value, that they've paid at least 40% of the equity down. And we know, breaking it down on the 70% rule, which I'll teach you in one of the next modules, that the 40% helps us to meet this metric. And after that, I'm going to go ahead and just let it ride. And we've identified 520 vacant properties that fit all of our criteria. From there, I can add it to a list, create new. We'll say free wholesaling training and add, right? So that adds it to the list. And I know that I can pull this list up once it adds all those properties, and I can pull it out. So that's a brief overview about PropStream. We'll do a much deeper dive in the following module. But after PropStream is in place, we're pulling the seller data. Next, we want to go to Market Pro. Market Pro is the simplest but powerful customer relationship management tool on the market. You can seamlessly stay in contact with your leads. You can pull the data from PropStream, send that data to get skip traced, which we're using Better Skip. Now, skip tracing is simply taking all this motivated seller data that we see. You download it, we send it to betterskip.com, skip trace it, and it brings back the seller's phone numbers so that we can call them or text them to see if they might entertain a cash offer for their house. After we got that data back from Better Skip, we pump it into Market Pro, where we can get in contact with these leads and seamlessly follow up with them on autopilot. Now, there's several more wholesaling tools that you can use inside of your business, but for the purpose of this training, we're going to keep it simple, and this is our top 3.